Welcome back, guys. This is a Tough Choice. I am your host, Kazeem. Rahman on the hot seat today. You saw the title. It is me. All right, we're going to go through some deep dives. We're going to go through the pros and cons of each question. We're going to we're definitely going to do some what would you do's. We may get to some black excellence, but we will see. All right, guys, you know how we do here. We don't really waste any time. The game is Tough Choice. You must pick between the two choices. You get one pass. You get one pause. Let us begin.
Let it begin. Let it begin.
Would you rather only be able to eat foods that you grow or raised yourself, or have an irremovable 2-foot long tail? Now, questions. Grow and raised yourself. What do you mean? It means that farm raised, period. Eggs, vegetables, meat, all of that. You have to grow and raise yourself. I don't know if you can raise a cow, but I know for a fact you can't. I have seen what cows have to eat to maintain. Not a lot of, if you go to Nigeria now, not a lot of beef is being eaten. A lot of chicken and a lot of vegetables are being eaten because those are essentially they're cheaper if you have a garden. But if you need eggs, yes, eggs are good. If you need chickens, okay. I remember when we were in Nigeria, our grandfather sent us 2 chickens. We ate both of them. They were really great. For the most part, yeah. So for irremovable 2-foot long tail, can I do things with the tail? You know what? I'll be fair and say yes. I'll be fair and say that the tail can be used as another arm. All right. And if it's 2 feet long, that's long enough to wrap around your waist. We'll be fair. Mostly around your waist. It depends. Right. If you have 24 inches, right? I'm 34 waist, so it won't wrap completely around my waist, but it'll wrap mostly around my waist. Can I do something with the tail? Yes. Is it weird though? Yes. Pros and cons. If I'm only able to eat food that I raised myself, that takes away most of my free time. And I'm going to be eating a lot of things that are easy to grow because I have an apartment. I don't have a house just yet. So I don't have a garden just yet. When I do have a house, I do plan on having a garden because my parents had a garden in their backyard. So I want the same. But the easiest things to grow, it depends on the year, right? There are some years where corn is easy to grow, and then spinach is definitely easy to grow. Tomatoes are not that hard to grow. But if I want a squash is easy. Potatoes can be easy. But if I need specific plants, if I want avocado, you need a whole tree. Who has room for that? Your avocados are done, right? Only eat foods that you can grow. You can't have a tortilla. You can't do rice, right? You can't, a lot of things you don't realize you don't grow. You can't have bread unless you make wheat, right? And you have to grow the wheat, then mill it, then create flour. Then you have to grow yeast and make that and culture that. And then you can maybe make bread. Maybe. So that it's harder than you think when you're saying grow foods grow and raise yourself. A chicken, you can buy a wild chicken. I'll be fair. We'll be fair. You don't have to raise a chicken from a chick. You don't have to raise a chicken. Cool. But it's still you have to feed it. You have to kill it yourself. You have to, actually, let's be fair. Words matter. And I'm looking back at this and it says only be able to eat foods that you grew and raised yourself. It doesn't mean that you have to kill them yourself. So you can raise the chicken and take it to a butcher. I'll okay that part. That small loophole. You can have the spinach and have it prepared by somebody. That's fine. Now let's go to the irremovable 2-foot long tail. You will get used to it within the first 3 months. I think everyone else will get used to it in 6 to 7 months. And after 6 to 7 months, no one's going to say shit to you. All your friends aren't going to say shit to you, right? New people will definitely ask, what's going on here? Why do you have a tail? But at the same time, if it's a tail, then it's going to be a little at the base of your spine, which is right above your butt, right? And you can wear pants. You can wear looser pants to hide the tail and you'll be fine. I mean, listen, whoever you're with romantically, you're going to find someone that loves you, right? And you just have to tell them, hey, just so you know, before I get naked, my dick is not the longest thing on my body. And she's going to be like, oh, word? She's going to think that's like a sexual thing. And you're going to be like, no, let me explain first, right? You're going to have an explanation. If you're going to be romantic with someone and you have a tail, you have to explain yourself. You can't just be out here wilding like that. I'm going to go tail. I've really thought about this. I can't grow spinach. I eat spinach. I eat cauliflower. I eat broccoli. I can't grow any of that. Right? It's going to be I'm going to eat a lot of raw tomatoes. I can't have an apple. I can't have like a pineapple. I have to grow everything. Everything you have to grow and raise yourself. I can't do that. Farming is harder than you think. I barely can keep houseplants alive. What makes you think I can keep potatoes alive? Because then you have to have a deeper garden because the potatoes grow underground. So because they're root vegetables. I know a lot about gardening, but I know nothing about gardening. Would you rather skinny dip with your family or have no one show up to your funeral? This is not that hard, but hard. I don't want to skinny dip with my family. I don't want to do that. Even though it's one time, I don't want to do that. Both of these are one time. I don't want to see anyone in my family naked that I don't have to see naked. I just don't want to do that. And I'm thinking if there's any pros to skinny dip with your family, not really. I can't think of, I mean, you're closer. You can't see everybody in your family. All y'all can't be naked in a room and not be like, oh, I think we should let the drama go. There's no drama that's going to be in a family when all of you have seen each other naked. Any perceived drama is gone. You know what I mean? So it's like you skinny dipping. The only pro is that there's no more drama and there won't be drama for the foreseeable future. No one show up to your funeral. Man, that hurts. And I know I'm going to be dead. I know I'm not going to know who didn't show up. I know I could die right now in my apartment, in my podcast corner at Ignorant Studios, and they could just put me in the ground and I wouldn't know anything. I understand that. At the same time, if no one shows up to my funeral, it's going to hurt my feelings. Now, again, I know I'm not going to know. I know. I feel like it's still going to hurt my feelings. I feel like it's still going to hurt my feelings, man. I'm going to reluctantly go with no one show up at my funeral only because, yes, of course, I'm not going to know. But still no, I still don't like it. I still don't like it. Would you rather always have sand in your shoes or be followed around by untrained bagpiper who practices every other hour around the clock? That's hard. That's hard. Always have sand in your shoes. This might be the next month's constant choice. Always have sand in your shoes or a bagpiper, untrained. Oof. That's the thing. If it was a bagpiper, I don't think I'd have a problem. If I have a bagpiper following me around all the time and just playing the bagpipe, that's cool. Because bagpipes are actually cool. If you don't know what a bagpipe is, it's usually, not to stereotype, but it's usually someone from Scotland wearing a kilt and playing this really long soliloquy of notes. And it's pretty cool, in my opinion. So I don't understand why a bagpiper would be bad, but I do understand why an untrained bagpiper would be bad. Think about it this way. It's like a toddler playing the tuba. That's how bad it would be. Just loud noises, blowing hard. Like it's weird. It's weird if when you're training, and I don't know if I could handle that because they practice every other hour on the clock and it's following you everywhere. Damn. That means, and I'm a comedian, so literally everywhere, right? And it's not even that I can tell them when to play or select when they play. It's just every other hour. It's an odd number. So some days it's going to be on an even time and some days it's going to be on an odd time. If it was an even number, no. Every other hour is 2. That's good. Okay. So if it's 12 o'clock, they do at midnight, then at 2, then at 4. Okay, every day. If that's the case, it doesn't say odd or even. It just says every other. So I'm assuming it's going to be odd. So midnight, then at 2, then at 4, then at 6, then at 8, then at 10, then at midnight, then at 2, then at 4. And if that's the case, I can kind of work around that. I can work around the bagpiper. Now, sand in my shoes, that it's more of a personal thing. It is more of a personal thing. But can I handle that? I don't know. I really don't know if I can handle consistently having sand in my shoes. I don't like having a small rock in my shoes. I will stop what I'm doing and take my shoe off to remove a little pebble from my shoe. I'll stop what I'm doing. Or if like a little pebble's on the bottom, on the sole part with the creases, if I like can feel it while I'm walking, if I hear like a little scrape or if I feel like it just my foot's kind of weird, I will look and then I'll stop what I'm doing there and remove the pebble. Everyone's done that. Everyone has stopped what they're doing to remove a pebble from their shoe. I don't know how the pebble got in there. I was inside my home. I don't know how the pebble got in my shoe, but now it's here and we got to figure this out, right? So if I stop what I'm doing for a pebble, if I always have sand in my shoe, listen, eventually I'll get used to it, but man, dog, I might go insane. At least, you know what? Actually, the untrained bagpiper is every other hour. I'm assuming he's going to practice for an hour. That's what I'm assuming. So if he's going to practice for an hour, damn, you know what? I'm going to do sand only because I can't really explain to people the bagpiper. I can explain the bagpiper. Let me rephrase that. I can explain the bagpiper, but I don't think they'll understand. For sand, I will be angry for the rest of my life, but I can still get my work done. I can still go to meetings. I can still perform on stage. I can still do things. So I can still figure it out. Let's do some what would you do's. I need a sound effect for what would you do sooner or later. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, anytime something starts off with that, it's going to be crazy. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to steal the Great Wall of China. Of course, the reward is more money and power that you can possibly imagine. What do you do to steal it? Okay. I'm thinking. So if you don't know what the Great Wall of China is, the Great Wall of China, think of it as a border wall, the full length of Los Angeles County, from the higher part of Los Angeles to like Orange County. It is a very long wall. It's made of brick and it's grounded to the thing. It's not a fence. It's a wall. People walk the Great Wall of China, right? It's not actually, you know what? Now that I'm really thinking about it, I don't think it's that long. I don't think the Great Wall of China is that long, right? While I'm looking up how long the Great Wall of China is, I'm going to rattle some things. How will I steal it? When they say steal, what do they mean? Do they mean can I do it brick by brick, or do I have to do it a full Great Wall? You cannot steal the wall just by the wall. So I would have to distract China for at least 2 weeks just to get a group together. Now, maybe I don't have to distract them because I'm just thinking out loud here. I would need to get a group together, Ocean's 11 style, where we really sit down and plan it out. It's going to take me at least 2 months to plan out how I'm gonna, like, I don't know. Okay, Great Wall of China is 13,000 miles. Never mind. It is very long. Forget what I said. I thought it was the length of for all of LA County. No, it's the length of the top of Alaska to the bottom of California. All around that. That's 13,000 miles. Wow. I can't steal that. I'm just gonna sit back and chill. Like for real, for real. I'm thinking the mission is to steal the Great Wall of China and I get more money and power. I don't need the money and power. It's not worth it. I'm one of those people. I'm definitely gonna be one of those people. All right. That was easy. That wasn't even hard. Like, what would you do to steal the Great Wall of China? Absolutely nothing. I would do absolutely nothing. Each morning, you wake up and it's yesterday. Again, no matter what happens, it's Monday morning every day. Your actions have no long-term consequences. What do you do? Now, if you've never seen the movie Groundhog's Day, or there was a movie called like Summer Something on Hulu with Andy Samberg, basically that's the movie where it's a movie style where you wake up and every day is the same exact day as yesterday. So the sun comes up the same way every day. The birds chirp the same way every day. Every single day is the same exact day. Now, how will I handle that? I will go insane. I know for a fact I will go insane. What will I do? I mean, for the first month, I'm going to figure out the day. Then for the second month, well, that's the thing. I don't know how many days I have to count the days that I've done this. And even if I write it in a notebook, the notebook won't be the same because it's gonna be the same day over and over again. So it's not like I'm gonna be able to keep a tally somewhere, which that's interesting. I'm gonna lose count eventually. Damn, I'm gonna go insane. If I'm living the same day over and over and over again, I'm gonna be depressed, right? And even if I am depressed, you can't kill yourself because you're just gonna wake up and it's the same day over and over and over again. That's interesting. I'm gonna try to find a way to get out from having to be in the time warp, but it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. I'm going to have fun, of course. If you look at Andy Samberg movie, or if you look at the original Groundhog's Day movie, yeah, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun. They were having fun. Eventually you have to realize, listen, man, I'm stuck here. So I'm just going to do really whatever I want and we'll see. Yeah, but I'll figure out a way. I'm going to try to figure out a way. There's no long-term consequences. There are things that I'm going to say to people that I just always wanted to say that, I don't know. Probably, we'll see. Your sister is accused of stealing muffins. Last one. But you know she's innocent because it was you that did it. The punishment is cleaning the entire house on a Friday night. What do you do? So this is the classic case of my sister is accused of doing something that I did. Not even accused, convicted. Now, will I confess? No. Come on now. This isn't a murder. This is just stealing cookies. Everyone calm the fuck down. I will not confess. I'm not going to snitch on myself. That's crazy. That goes against tough choice rules. That's rule number 4. Rule number 2, no self-harm. All right, because if you're dealing with Nigerian parents, you're going to die. You're going to die. Here's what I will do. I'm going to let her clean. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a good brother and I'm going to go help her. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to be like, you know what? You're my sister. I love you. And I want to help you. All right? And I believe you. I believe that you didn't do it. She's going to say, well, who did it then? Because I know I didn't do it. And I'm going to say, you know what? Who did it or who didn't do it doesn't matter right now. What matters right now is that we have to clean this house. I'm going to get all diplomatic on her, of course. I'm going to turn into a politician, right? The facts of the case don't matter. What is public perception? The public perception is that she stole the cookies. So we have to deal with that. Because at the end of the day, the court of public opinion is what matters. Right or wrong doesn't matter, but the court of public opinion will be there forever. I'm going to help her clean. In maybe 10 years, I'll be like, remember that time that you had to clean the house because you stole the cookies? Well, I stole the cookies. And then we're both going to have a good old laugh and we're both going to, you know what I mean? No. Okay. Would you rather live alone on the International Space Station for 4 years or forget everything that happened in the last year? This is hard. Forget everything and everyone. If you forget everything, well, it depends, right? Let's say I'm engaged. Let's say I got engaged this year. Let's say, if you met someone last year, then that memory is erased and you don't know that person. But if you knew that person before the last year, then you just forget all the time you spent last year, but you still remember knowing that person. That's hard. Or live alone on the International Space Station for 4 years. Damn. I can't do 4 years on the International Space Station. I can't do 4 years of solitary over 1 year of forgetting. What is the pros and cons? What are the pros and cons? My grammar. If you live alone on the International Space Station, you're not going to die. You live alone. You're alone with your thoughts, right? You can always radio in to NASA. You can always radio into Houston. You can always do that. So someone will always be there to an extent. It's not like you can't talk to your family. It's just that you're living alone. It doesn't mean that there's no communication. It just means you are alone and no one is around you. Man, yes, you're going to be alone, but I mean, you're alone with your thoughts. You can write a script. You can write a couple. 4 years. You can write a couple scripts. You can probably get on the internet. See, that's the thing. I don't know anything about the International Space Station. Can I have my cell phone in space? Probably not. Can I get on the internet? Can I use a laptop? I don't know. That's the problem. If I can use a laptop, if I can still know what's going on in the world, if I can know who's president, how many wars are going on, right? It's like if I can still get information. 4 years though. 4 years is a long time. 4 years is a long time to miss. Or would I rather miss 1 year? I really don't know. This is good. This one is going to be the constant choice for December. For the last month of the year, this will be the constant choice. This is hard. I really don't have an answer for this. I'm going to say 4 years. There are too many memories that I can think of in the last year that I can't get away from, that I can't not remember. There's too many. There's way too many. So, damn, this is hard, man. This one is the best one. One of the best ones I've had. So I'm going to put this away and I'm going to choose the alone for 4 years because there's just too many memories. Really. There's too many memories in the last year that I've had that I will never want to forget. I can't. All right, before we go, let's do some Black excellence.
Perfect.
I will pose a situation and then we together will say whether or not it is more likely to be Barack Obama or Oprah Winfrey. Who would jump at the chance to murder someone if they could use a get out of jail free card? Oprah Winfrey. I'm sure both of them have Barack Obama has definitely ordered the murder of people, right? So that's there. But I think Oprah would do it. Honestly, I think Barack's already done it. And that's just me. Sorry to be grim, but yeah, he wasn't that great of a president. Who is secretly from the future? Oprah Winfrey. Rapid fire. Who will win the lottery but lose the ticket? Barack Obama, clumsy ass, would definitely win the lottery and lose the ticket. Who would be the most ashamed of their porn search history? Most ashamed? That means, well, that's the thing. I think most ashamed would be Barack, but the freakiest would probably be Oprah, if you know what I mean. If that makes sense to you guys. I definitely think Barack Obama would not want people knowing his porn search history, but I think that if we're talking about who would be the nastiest porn search history, is definitely Oprah, but who would be most ashamed is definitely Barack Obama. Who has most recently wiped with something other than toilet paper? I don't think Oprah's wiped with toilet paper since the 90s. I don't think Oprah has the same kind of toilet paper we have. One, I'm pretty sure she uses a bidet. She either uses a bidet or she has someone wipe for her, if I'm being honest. She either uses a bidet or has someone wipe for her. Or she has like some eucalyptus plants that are softer than paper kind of thing. I don't think she's wiping with regular toilet paper, like at all. All right. That's easy. That was a quick one. Black excellence.
Greatest. Perfect.
Amazing.
All right, guys, that is our episode. Thanks for listening to Tough Choice with Kazeem Rahman. I've been your gracious host, Kazeem Rahman. You can find me online at Kazeem Comedy. That's Kazeem Comedy. And if you have a Tough Choice question or a Mary Fuck Kill you want us to consider, email toughchoice@outlook.com. That is toughchoice@outlook.com. I've been Kazeem Rahman. You guys have been amazing. Bye.